Investigators are digging deeper into the immigration crisis and how more than 50 children separated from their parents at the border ended up here in Michigan.
We now know the only Michigan agency taking in those kids has ties to the Trump administration.
7 investigator Jim Kurtzner is live in Madison Heights outside of that agency with this story. Jim.
Bethany Christian Services is based in Grand Rapids, but they have this agency office servicing Metro Detroit with adoption and foster care services tonight. Serious questions. How are they the only ones to get the kids through the Trump administration from Texas? Kids they describe as being traumatized.
We had one child who describes his dad being handcuffed in front of him.
This is the front of the Bethany Christian Services building in Grand Rapids. Look closer and you'll also see the Betty Van Andel Center for Global Ministries. Another big Deep Pockets Grand Rapids name inside here is DeVos. Brian DeVos. He's the senior vice president of Bethany Christian Services and a cousin by marriage to Trump's Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos. During this local cable TV interview 3 years ago, he said, quote, "A child coming into foster care is very traumatic for them to be removed from their biological parents. And the first goal is to always reunify the children with their biological families. So we really work hard to keep their families together." The Michigan Department of Civil Rights says they've been told Bethany has placed some older boys brought up from Texas in a group setting at a mental health facility near Grand Rapids called Pine Rest. It also has close ties to the same big names. According to this MLive story from last year, Pine Rest was going through a 3-year expansion, costing $12.4 million, with half of that money coming from David and Carol Van Andel Family Foundation and Richard and Helen DeVos Foundation. We've asked Bethany Services if they have a contract with the Trump administration and how much they're being paid to provide homes for more than 50 immigrant kids. We have not gotten a reply.
Not my president.
This morning, a group from Detroit's NAACP took a bus trip over to Grand Rapids and Bethany Christian Services to add their voices to resolving this crisis.
This is a human issue, and these children could be suffering for very long after this.
Now, the Michigan Immigrant Rights Center tells me this afternoon a few of the kids taken in by Bethany have been reunited with their parents, but their parents were deported outside of the U.S. The Rights Center nor Bethany, neither one will tell us how much they're being paid by the Trump administration, other than it's the standard rate. So get this, it's around $600 per child per day. Also, neither organization will tell us if any of these kids have been placed in foster homes around Metro Detroit for security reasons. Live in Madison Heights, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
Jim, thank you.